Hi, welcome everyone. Anambra is still in celebration mode because of the election win of Professor Soludo. He recently took his certificate of return from INEC, including the deputy governor-elect. Soludo has received a lot of goodwill messages from President Buhari, a lot of Nigerians, a lot of governors, including the United States, the UK. A lot of people have high regard for Soludo. That is why he will need to perform very well, above average. His performance should be above what is obtainable in Nigeria, what other governors have done in the past, including as far as the First Republic. He will need to perform wonders. Although some people, including Anambra of APC, who lost the election, he couldn't even win one local government. He said that the election was fraught with problems, that he was supposed to win the election and he is going to court, which is in contrast to even his fellow party members. Chris Ngige, a fellow party member of APC, has already gone ahead to congratulate the winner, Soludo, and including the president, Buhari, who is the leader of their party. Also, the Accord Party candidate, Dr. Awka, is calling for the cancellation of the elections, that many voters were disenfranchised, and there is still enough time to hold a fresh election so that more people will vote, that the BVAS system was fraught with technicalities. Well, Mr. Awka, you could not get up to 5,000 votes, or was it up to 2,000, thereabout? So, conducting a fresh election will not make you receive 10,000 votes, So, that's about it. Let's now see what Soludo needs to do to make Anambra great. Number one is road construction. It has never worked and will never work. What is it? Single road construction has never worked in Nigeria. It has never worked anywhere. If Soludo will be successful in developing Anambra, he must award all road contracts in Anambra the same time. Yes, he must not go the way of other people that have not succeeded. He must award all the roads the same time, so that after the roads are constructed, even if it takes 8 years, everywhere in Anambra will start looking clean. No dust by the roadsides. Everywhere will be paved with covered drainages and sidewalks, so that Anambra can really look like a developed place. Anambra cannot be saying that they are the light of the nation while they have dusty roads. They have adjoining streets, many streets that are unpaved. Soludo can get a loan from bank or financial institutions that will fund the road construction in Anambra State. The entire roads, including rural roads, must be built. They all must be constructed with proper drainages and sidewalks. Where needs to be wider, where needs to be dual carriage, where needs to be triple carriage, they must have a futuristic plan that will take care of how that place will look like or develop, including in population expansion and all that, for the next 30 years. He can award some of the contracts that are a little bit technical, especially places where there is supposed to be a bridge or culvert, many that are technical. He will need to use the Ministry of Works to engage in direct labor so that it will be cheaper for the state. They will be constructing inner streets or many streets in the neighborhood, in the cities, in Onitsha, Nnewi, Awka. They can even use the concrete paving, because concrete has a long lifespan, more than 40 years. Yes, when you build such roads, you forget about them. They are almost maintenance free once there are good drainages and sidewalks, so that Anambra can look clean. The second area Soludo needs to focus on is housing. Over the years, Anambra State have never constructed housing units, mass housing units like it is done in Lagos and some other states, to sell directly to individuals. Anambra State only maps out plots and sells the plots to people for them to build by themselves. Soludo should build mass housing units so that many workers can be able to have their own homes in Anambra State. Even someone earning about 50,000 naira per month could save up the initial cost, maybe 200,000 or 100,000 thereabout, depending on how they do it, and get a mortgage of up to 20 years or less. When a worker is living in his own home, he reduces a lot of stress and a lot of pressure from peers and family to do this or do that. So he should think about building mass housing units. And because Anambra is very small in landmass, they will need to be going higher instead of building bungalows. He should look at the possibility of building high-rise mass housing units so that a lot of Anambrarian workers can get their own homes directly, not buying land to go and build. It takes a long process, and when someone buys a home, the person is paying that initial amount that is required. If it is a mortgage, the person is paying it and moving into a home, not buying a piece of land and looking for money again to start the construction. Number 3 is water. Anambra State, the light of the nation, cannot boast of a working water scheme. It is a huge shame. It is a pity that the former governor, Peter Obi, abandoned the Onitsha water scheme. At that time, he said that it is not profitable for the state, that people were not paying. It is simply not enough. Anambra has a lot of water sources where they can build water schemes to give clean water to the population. So it is not an excuse that people are not paying for the water. They should provide the water and make sure people pay. If they are not paying, they can cut off their water supply. It's as simple as that. No developing state can develop without adequate water supply. These are one of the 3 basic needs of man. Even some industries and some factories cannot do without adequate water supply. We cannot always be depending on borehole. Look at the airport that was built by Willie Obiano. It was a borehole that was installed there to serve the airport. So he should, as a matter of urgency, think of solutions on how to provide water schemes in Anambra. You can build 3 water schemes in the 3 senatorial zones. Even as small as Anambra is, one huge water scheme can serve the whole of Anambra State, although it will need a huge reserve of water. Instead of people building boreholes everywhere, a water scheme is very, very important in a developing or even developed society. Number 4 of what Soludo should do is the area of industrialization. We cannot create more jobs or generate more IGR without industrialization. Anambra has the huge market that can support many factories, many manufacturing jobs. Yes, look at Onitsha. He should look at majority of the goods that people trade in Onitsha and facilitate and find how to create factories that will manufacture those goods that are being traded in Onitsha, so that money they are spending maybe in China or other countries where they buy those goods and come and sell in Onitsha, that capital outflow will stay in Anambra. It will be easier for the average businessman to go within a kilometer or 2 kilometers from his base to place an order in a factory where they will manufacture the goods he will sell, instead of going to China or wherever they buy the goods from and waiting for more than 3 months before reaching Onitsha where the goods will be sold. So he should facilitate and look at ways to create these industrial clusters where majority of the goods they will concentrate on are goods that are sold in Onitsha and all the major markets in Anambra State. With this, Anambra State will become a booming economy where manufacturing jobs, factory jobs, and all whatnot are on fire, are in great demand. Number 5 is the issue of energy. Yes, what is really going on with Orient Petroleum? Nothing has been heard about Orient Petroleum the past few years. No one knows what is going on. Are they still mining gas or oil? No one knows. But Soludo should understand that if we do not have a gas plant in Anambra State, Anambra cannot compete with many states in terms of industrialization, because gas is a huge source of energy. Look at the Okija power plant that has been put on hold for a very long time. It is simply because there is no gas supply. The gas pipeline is supposed to come from Imo, but that gas pipeline is not among the top 5 top priority gas pipeline projects of the NNPC. They are concentrating on building the AKK pipeline, the one that goes to Kaduna and Kano, because it is obvious that Kaduna is more industrialized than Anambra. So they will concentrate on where they will make more money first. So Soludo should facilitate and find ways for Orient Petroleum to build a gas plant in Anambra. When that gas plant is built, they can now add few turbines that will generate electricity that will serve the clusters, the manufacturing clusters that he will build. Yes, they can also use that power to power the street lights in Anambra instead of the diesel generators that are scattered around Anambra State that the government uses to power the street lights. So the fact that power generation is in the exclusive list of the federal government shouldn't be a deterrent to anyone who wants to generate power to improve their economy. After all, Lagos state government have their own power generating plant that they use to power the government concerns and the street lights and all that. And once again, congratulations to the Prof and the Governor-elect Chukwuma Soludo and Anambrarians in general for electing a man of his caliber as their governor. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Subscribe to our channel for more and remember to enable notification. Till next time, thanks for watching.